There was, I used to study normally. I was never a studious person, but I used to study. I used to get marks. Grasping power was good. But in that last two standards, you need that element of hard work. I realized that a bit late, but fortunately in time. That was my story. And again, the same continued in engineering as well. The first 2 years were on the lower side of the number line, as we say, according with regards to the CGPA. But again, finally maintained and got it covered in the rest of the semesters. That's a typical student story of setback to come back.
Yeah, no, I completely agree with it. I think when I talk about my story, where the maths, so in ninth standard also, my seniors were telling me that there is no provision for re-exam in ninth standard. Once you fail, you will be debarred, you will be expelled from the school, and then you have to appear for the tenth from your private mode. Means you have to sit at home and you have to start give the preparation. You can't come to school. So that's where I was also worried. But later on, there was a re-exam, but I passed in the first attempt. That's my achievement, I consider, because of course, consecutively getting failed in that one subject, but I put in that extra efforts into it, and then I passed out in the first attempt in ninth, and in tenth also I did well. So it was it was a bit opposite for me. Like in the primary classes, I was just very average. But then when I moved with the higher secondary, I started a little bit working, taking it more seriously. So the things went well with the higher secondary classes. So yeah, so let's move to next one. Okay, Toastmaster Neeraj, would you love to share your setback?
Yeah,
Uh,
yeah. Hi, fellow Toastmasters.
yeah.
Good morning. So, in my case also, I don't have like a major setback as such, but which I can think of uh, is around the time when I completed my formal education and I started looking for jobs. That's when the realization happens to all of us that the formal education which we underwent is not good enough, and what the skills that are required in the practical world is quite diverse from what we have been practicing for around 2 decades. So that time was quite confusing. I'm sure like a lot of us would have experienced this, the same thing. Like when we think of career in the long run, we don't know like what is it that we want. Even after studying something for so long, we are not able to figure out in what direction do we want our careers to go. So it's that time when I was like talking to a lot of people and friends, and like guys like whom I know or who have the experience. So one of them told me, why don't you like try meditation, as or like incorporate some uh, like spiritual process, or things like that. So I just so one of my very oldest friends like told me this, and I thought, let me just give it a shot. So it helped me. Actually, it helped me uh, quite drastically, and it brought a sense of equanimity or a balance, in how you approach a lot of things. And you are a lot of times you are just short-sighted uh, when you're approaching some things, and you don't get the desired results, and you like tend to get very itchy. But this has brought a sense of balance, and uh, it has brought a sense of, like it takes time. It's you have to be patient, you have to put in the efforts, and so it comes with time. So yeah, that's what I said. Now I feel a lot more balanced in whatever I'm pursuing. I don't get influenced a lot, and don't yeah, I don't get influenced a lot. So basically, yeah, so that's been my story. So I know it's not like a proper setback or anything, but it's some the change in process which has helped me yeah, to find the balance.
Yeah. Thank you, Toastmaster Neeraj. I think yes, setbacks can be, of course, our daily struggles also, which we face, and I think I completely agree. Even as I graduated last year, it was something biggest. struggle for me to get a job. Job hunting is, of course, which is a very tedious process. You might have to appear for 100 interviews, and there could the turn-ups could be very less. So of course, and of course, getting influenced by others also while exploring our career options. That is also one of the very relatable point. Okay, we have one more member of our club, Toastmaster Misha. So who has just entered the meeting, but we can just I hope she is aware about the theme of the meeting. Hello, Toastmaster Misha. I think okay. Okay, I think she is occupied. Okay, let's move to next one. Toastmaster Rushikesh, to if he could share his some struggle, some setback, or something that, and how he tried to overcome it, or how he tried to confront it. Toastmaster
Okay,
Rishikesh.
uh, thank you, Postmortem Mitesh.
Yeah.
So working in the IT industry, it's all about setbacks and comebacks in the projects. So normally some of the other areas, sometimes it's always like even if we try to be perfect in everything we do, some of the other bugs just comes out in between. And it's normally the scolding of the clients. We need to hear about it. But yeah, the comeback is something like if we are genuinely accept whatever the point of ours or something, even the client also understands that and cooperates with us to help clear out the this one works and something. And yeah, so the project works on smoothly. So being genuine in our activities in the process flow, I can say, understanding what are the uh, points those attributed to the failures and just working on it in a very strategic way to come back. Yeah, so that's a very much precise way of all the experience I could put in one example. Yeah, generalized way,
Uh,
I can say. Thank you. Over to you.
yeah. Thank you so much, Toastmaster Rishikesh. I completely agree. I think that recently the outage that we seen, the Microsoft outage, I think the day before yesterday. So it was an unexpected failure, right? Means it was an unexpected struggle that everyone faced, and it was all unorganized, and the things were very troubling. But anyway, this is the life, we have to face, and there could be unexpected, there could be the expected ones also. But we have to deal with any sort of struggle, any sort of failure, and try to make a comeback from it. Okay, so Toastmaster Misha is here. So, uh, yeah, okay, Toastmaster Aditya is commenting something. Okay, Toastmaster Misha, hi. Uh, you are,
Hi, good morning, Toastmaster Mitesh.
good,
Toastmaster of the day, Mitesh, and good morning, everyone.
yeah, good morning. So we are discussing today's theme, which is setback to comeback. So, if you would like to share any setback from your life, and how did you make the comeback, if you could share your story.
Okay, this is pretty intriguing and pretty interesting to actually discuss and thought-provoking as well, because there are actually a lot of setbacks we face in life. They might be minor setbacks, they might be major setbacks. Not exactly a setback, you can say, like per se, but mainly, I have been in, like, I'm a dentist with profession, so I was into clinical practice and into dentistry for quite some time. And then when I shifted to Mumbai, and then I got into the corporate culture, so it was not a setback actually, but it was difficult for me to get in to understand the corporate culture, to become a part of it. So initially, it was a huge struggle for me, and I was even diagnosed with depression because of the corporate culture, because I could not cope up with the corporate culture and the cutthroat competition and the office politics and a lot of things, to be honest. But gradually, I finally understood how to deal with it in my own way, not very strategic or anything of that sort, but I kind of accepted how it is, and my acceptance was my comeback, to be honest, because as long as you do not accept it, you are in a setback. But once you accept it and you start working towards your own goals and your achievements and your betterment, it becomes a comeback, no matter what it is. So I feel the moment I accepted and I started working towards my mental peace, to be honest, is when I came back into the game and then things changed for me. And one comeback was when my department was shifted and I got to work with a new team, extremely uh, which is extremely supportive of me. So when I was in the previous team, there was a setback for me because there was a lot of things I couldn't deal with. But when I was shifted to another team, I got a supportive environment which helped me with my comeback. So a comeback and a setback is dependent on external factors as well, is what I mean to say. And yeah, that is not exactly a story, but an incident which happened in my life and which helped me from a setback to a comeback. So thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you, Toastmaster Misha. It was a wonderful experience that you shared, and of course, very relatable. And of course, when we talk about setbacks, of course, it might be synonym of challenge, struggle, uh, failure, rejection, anything that we face in a very day-to-day life, and how we try to make a different comebacks. It could be a major comeback, it could be a minor comeback, and accordingly. And the way you shared the corporate experiences, which is very true, which is the kind of games we have to deal with it. So between the winning and losing, there is always a learning that I just shared previously. That between winning and losing, there is a learning. We have to learn and we have to grow, and accordingly we can move forward. So okay, so last is our guest Priyank. If you would like to share any challenge, any struggle, any setback that you faced, and you try to make a comeback.
Thank you, Toastmaster Mitesh.
Yeah.
So actually, I am still, I have a lot of setbacks like everybody, and I am still trying to find that one instance, that I can convert to comeback. But I mean, I used to play cricket. Now I am talking about 2012, 13, 14, and I used to go to a coaching center where a Ranji Trophy coach used to, you know, groom the kids like 10, 11 years old. And at that point of time, I was 19, and he didn't used to entertain, like the kids of that age. He used to say that, okay, my responsibility is to make someone who is just started, so that I can, make a complete package out of him. And you have already learned a lot. Already, there is a lot of hard wiring because you're already 19. So I can't, undo things within you. And like it was a kind of, rejection that was like the harshest rejection. He tried, but uh, he tried on me like how, if there is any scope. But I think, he has played a lot of Ranji Trophy for Mumbai, so he may have found out, okay, there is nothing. I mean, so probably that was a kind of, setback. But I struggled, not only cricket but other aspects, as everybody was talking, academics and pro, most probably the regular kind of struggle that everyone go through. Uh, the only thing I can say probably might be a comeback for me was that the kind of job I am doing. I am a recruiter doing US recruiting, and we have a sales kind of job, not exactly sales, but a targeted job. So we have to fulfill the target pressure, and the nature of the job is such that you feel disappointed when you are not able to fulfill the target, and then you are accountable every month to the company. And it has been 3 years. It was till last year. I was working there for 3 to 4 years, and I couldn't do anything significant, knowing that there is a lot of potential over here. But the environment in the company was such that, okay, everyone is comfortable with doing bare minimum, and I was probably the part of the herd. And but I used to feel disappointed. But then, you find a particular guy or a particular employee who is like top notch, and I fortunately got a chance to go under his team, try to learn a few things. And when I get out of his team, or whatever he taught me, when I tried to uh, inculcate it within me, and when I tried to applying, I found results. And at one point of time, I thought that I may not be able to do better. This is what or who I am. But then suddenly I found out, like, okay, okay, I can do this because I've started seeing results in 2 to 3 months. Um so probably that turnaround was something, that the kind of obsession and fire that basically built inside me just after looking at someone who is doing literally better, like who is so. But the kind of job I am in, you have like disappointment every month, and you can't ever reach a stage where you can say, okay, I'm the best, or nobody is better than me, or you can be assured or complacent. And the trough and crest of the job, the highs and lows, like it is every month. The setback is like probably every week, every couple of weeks. So yeah, like I personally, or like the people in my team, in my company, have to go through that all the time. But that is what I have learned, especially through my job, how to that absorb the setback, move, leave it, and then move forward, see the new chapter, go ahead, see what you can do better, just forget what have happened, because that keeps on happening. There are certain things that is beyond our control. As an employee, we can do certain things, and we have to leave other things, like on other people. There are certain things not under our control. So yeah, that is what I have learned, and I have done. Thank you, Toastmaster Mit.
Yeah, thank you, Priyank, for sharing your experience. And I think I completely agree with that same. That of course we can just sometimes we do not have control over the external factors, and we can do our best as possible and whatever we do. So and we can just leave it on the fortune. We can leave it on the things on the process. And ultimately, I think everyone can some or at least not if we are not able to reach the end point. At least we will reach at some point and we were able to figure out what next could be done. Okay. So now moving ahead with the process of the meeting, with the format of the meeting. So the Toastmaster meeting is divided into three parts, into three sections, which is prepared speech section, table topic section, and evaluation section. But to support us in a Toastmasters meeting, we have a tag team. So first of all, I would like to call the grammarian for today's meeting, Toastmaster Rushikesh, to share his grammarian guidelines.
Thank you, Toastmaster Mitesh. So, as a grammarian, it is my responsibility to pay close attention to all the speaker, listening carefully to the language usage. I will also take a note of any not so correct usage of the English language, as well as example of food usage. Also, it is my responsibility to introduce word of the day. For today's meeting, the word of the day is resurgence. It means revival or comeback. Also, for today, the idiom of the day is rising from the ashes. It means to emerge renewed, revitalized, or reborn. An example of the usage of idiom and the word of the day is as follows. After years of ups and downs, Team India's resurgence was evident when they rose from the ashes to clinch the 2024 World Cup, marking a triumphant return to the top of the international cricket. Each speaker is encouraged to use the word of the day. Whenever any speaker on the stage uses the word of the day in the right context, I will request the audience to show silent thumbs up as a mark of appreciation. I will give a word of the day report and grammatical usage report when called upon by the general editor at the end of the meeting. Yeah, so that's all. Over to you, Toastmaster Mahesh.
Thank you, Toastmaster Rushikesh, for sharing the grammarian guidelines. And the word of the day and idiom of the day is very much resonating with the theme of the meeting. So it is everything is in a very sequence and in a sync. Okay. And I request you to please share the word of the day in the chat box so that everyone can get a reference. And please, everyone, please do use the word of the day, and I will also try. Okay. So now next move to next tag role player, which is our counter. And for today's meeting, the R counter is Toastmaster Neeraj. So I welcome you and please share your guidelines.
Yeah. Good morning, fellow Toastmasters and guests. My name is Neeraj Nambudiri, and I have the honor of serving as your accounter for today's meeting. My role is to help us all become aware of the avoidable words we use when we speak. These include crutch sounds such as filler words such as but, like, so, okay, filler phrases such as you know, and so, etc., and extremely long pauses. By being aware of these, we can work to eliminate them, making our speech more polished and professional. Now, you might be wondering, why is this important? Well, imagine you're giving an important presentation or a speech, and every other word is or ah. It can distract your audience and diminish the impact of your message. So, my job today is to help you shine and speak with clarity and confidence. As you speak today, I'll be listening carefully and noting any filler words you use. Don't worry, I'm not here to embarrass you. Think of me as a friendly reminder to keep your speech smooth and engaging. At the end of the meeting, when called upon by the general evaluator, I'll give a brief report on the number of filler words used. This is not to call anyone out, but to provide constructive feedback that all can learn from. So yeah, let's have a great meeting and let's keep those filler words to a minimum. Over to you, Toastmaster of the day, Mitesh.
Thank you, Toastmaster Neeraj, for introducing your role in a very comprehensive and in a very positive manner so that nobody takes you as a negative person. He's just pointing out the mistakes. But yes, of course, it is very important to have to succeed, to achieve the goal. Of course, we need to focus on the weak points, right? To improve upon our fears, improve upon our weaknesses, and then only we can strike the best of us. Okay, so now moving to the third tag role player, which is a timer, right? We need to go according to the time, and the importance of time is really important, even while we are targeting our goals, when we are going through the process, because we also get limited attempts. There are always limitations into certain goals. We will not get the uncountable chances every time, right? So we have to make sure that within a stipulated time, we achieve the particular goal. So with that, I would like to call the timer of today's meeting, and the timer is Toastmaster Mitesh. So Toastmaster Mitesh, please share your timing guidelines. Okay, thank you, Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Mitesh. Reintroducing myself. Good morning, everyone. I'm Toastmaster Mitesh, and I will be your timer for today's meeting. So, as a timer, I will be helping all the speakers to share their thoughts within the time limits. Okay. Let just a minute. Okay. So, as a timer, I'll be helping the speakers to express their thoughts within the time limit. My duty is to time prepared speeches, table topic speeches, speech evaluation, and educational sessions. To help me in performing my role, I have this set of three color cards. Okay, let me just change my virtual background so that I can demonstrate. Huh. Okay, just a minute. So I will share. Yeah, so to help me in performing my role, I have this set of three color cards. The green card indicates the qualifying time of your speech. The yellow card indicates the target time of your speech, and the red card indicates the maximum time of your speech. This is the yellow, this is the maximum time, and the red is the red is the maximum time, and the yellow is the targeting time. So we don't have any prepared speech for today's meeting. So I will share my guidelines when the table topic session will start. Okay. Okay. So as we do not have any prepared speech section, just a minute. Okay. So I would like to now hand over the stage to Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Mitesh. Thank you, Toastmaster Mitesh, for sharing your timing guidelines. It was little struggling, but sorry for any inconvenience. Okay, so now moving ahead with the meeting, because we do not have any prepared speech for today's meeting, we will move to next session, which is the table topic session. And to host the table topic session, we have a very enthusiastic table topic master, a very creative person. I would like to call Toastmaster Aditya to introduce with the table topic session.
Thank you, Toastmaster Mitesh, for that lovely introduction. I hope I'll be able to live up to that with the kind of topics I've chosen for today's table topics. So, so our theme is based on setback to comeback, and so are the table topics for today's meeting. So I have a set of 10 topics. I'll call upon people, or maybe people can volunteer and choose a number between 1 to 10, and so we can go. Just a friendly reminder once to use the word of the day and the idiom of the day in your speeches. So let's start with the table topics. Who is ready to come up first?
Yeah, can I give it a try?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, Toastmaster Neeraj. Please choose a word between 1 to 10.
4.
4. Okay. So Toastmaster Neeraj, discuss how your definition of success evolved after experiencing setbacks and comebacks in your journey. Discuss how your definition of success evolved after experiencing setbacks and comebacks in your journey. Toastmaster Neeraj.
Yeah. Thank you, Toastmaster Aditya, for such an interesting topic. So, how success evolved after comeback. So, I'll first try to describe how it was before the comeback. So, initially, uh, I was very focused or obsessed with the results without focusing a lot on the process, what has to be done in order to achieve those results. Um, I was also very short-sighted, as you would have imagined. Like if you are uh, if you want to achieve results very quickly, you tend to ignore a lot of things and then try to get that thing. So yeah, I mean, but obvious that it won't work in the long run. So obviously we'll face a lot of setbacks with that. And then as I moved on and as I encountered some failures, I realized that what there are a lot of work that goes into the background, and uh, it's not only the result that matters. What you take out after achieving something is not the result but the process. So I remember a very uh, interesting thing which I heard somewhere. I cannot recall it. It was a speech after that the manager was giving after his team won a particular trophy or a particular match or something. So he said that the trophies rust, but the memories don't. So it makes a lot of sense, right? Like the result, it's only important until you get that, but after that, what stays with you is the process which you had to go through. Um, go through which caused your resurgence. Yeah, which caused your resurgence in achieving the result which you are trying to do. So yeah, I mean, yeah, that's what I have to talk on this. Yeah, over to you, Toastmaster Aditya. Thank you.
Very, very, very well put, Toastmaster Neeraj. I think all of us can resonate with that thought when Neeraj mentioned that most of us at times are very short-sighted in terms of what are we doing at a particular given time. We are more, for a student, it's being more focused on the result rather than the process of studying. For an employee, it is more about getting that work done, but exactly following the process and making sure that everything is good. But as Neeraj mentioned, only when the process is in proper place and in proper sync, only then the outcome can be fruitful. So we can't discount the importance of process at any given point of time. Thank you, Toastmaster Neeraj, for putting it in a very comprehensive manner. So who is ready to go next?
I can go next.
Okay, Toastmaster Tariq. Toastmaster Tariq, please choose a number between 1 to 10, barring 4.
7.
7. Okay. Discuss a setback you faced at work and how you handled it to achieve a positive result. Toastmaster Tariq. Toastmaster Tariq, discuss a setback you faced at work and how you handled it to achieve a positive result.
Thank you, Toastmaster Aditya. And this is exactly the theme that we were looking forward on a Sunday, a rainy morning where we cannot go out anywhere or take a ride or take a drive because of the situation of the roads and the climate. At workplace, whenever we have a professional setting, people are very reluctant in order to adapt any new situation. And the workplace will always be dynamic. It could be a management change, it could be team change, it could be project change, it could be location change. I do remember once I was leading a global team where there were people from the different nationalities. And when I took over that particular position, people were reluctant to understand the goal and also reluctant to work as a team together because of the culture difference, because of the nationality difference. It may happen most of the time. I try to ensure that people do not have any interpersonal or personal grudges, but they understand the whole picture in terms of the deliveries that needed to happen and the impact that they are going to make as part of their deliveries to the organization and to the project. When I try to give that vision to the team, they understood where I'm coming from. They understood the common goal that we all are working for and doesn't bother about the boundaries that the world has. And then everybody started working together. We were able to deliver the project and we were able to deliver one of the best in the on the street. So that was the uh, setback to comeback story for me. Thank you. Over to you, travel topic master Aditya.
A thorough corporate professional as he is has shared his experience in a very minute and a detailed manner, which I think most of us in this meeting, apart from Toastmaster Misha, Toastmaster Tarika, and Toastmaster Sanket, we are quite new to this corporate culture and corporate world. And uh, I mean, let's accept, even we have faced or personally faced this moment of reluctance where we get a little um, short sighted, not a word short sighted, but a little complacent about work, maybe just for a day or for a moment. But from the perspective of a manager, things are very different, as Toastmaster Tariq mentioned. And especially in a professional setting, I think change is the only constant. That phrase holds very true because things are changing on a day-to-day basis. New projects, new tasks, juggling between teams, and so it goes on. So very well thought example from Toastmaster Tariq. Thank you, Toastmaster Tariq. And going on to the next table topic, who would like to volunteer?
I would like to take it.
Okay, Toastmaster Rishikesh, please choose a number between 1 to 10. But yeah, bearing 4 and 7.
2.
2. Okay. So discuss a setback where your resilience played a crucial role in your eventual success. Toastmaster Rishikesh. Toastmaster Rishikesh, discuss a setback where your resilience played a crucial role in your eventual success.
Great. Thank you, Toastmaster, Table Topic Master Aditya, for the wonderful topic. So I would still now relate to the work environment this time. So it was, I could narrate it with an example. I was handed over a project, being a part of, normally in a project, there are like 4 to 5 members, and I was like the junior most of them. Initially, very much enjoying the role of being a junior and putting on the responsibility as a senior and so on. And over a couple of months later on, I was informed that all the seniors were posted to one or the other projects, or some of them left. And I was the one who immediately became the leader of the project And the others, some 2 or 3 other members who were new to the project were allotted as juniors to the project. And so, unfortunate day, I can say, the tables just changed. And yeah, and the project had already went off the track, and already the client was like screaming, shouting, and all. But yeah, it was like taking up the challenge as to what I cannot. It's all beyond my um control. So it was like accepting the challenge, doing just encouraging the juniors to put in their best, and as a part of resilience, it's like just keeping calm, I can say. And yeah, so initially, even as I said, just uh, as I earlier told, it was this example I just put in further, that client also helped us a lot in cooperation later on. And yeah, it was the project went success, and it was like rising from the ashes, the feeling of that. So yeah, thank you. And over to your topic, Aditya.
Thank you, Toastmaster Rishikesh. The way you spoke, it very holds true that opportunity won't always come to your door and give a knock. It can come and barge in directly, as in your example when you got the position of the project lead. And that tells us that we all always have to be ready for challenges, be very grateful, and be very ready to take on the challenges and research and emerge successful out of it. Thank you, Toastmaster Rishikesh. Who is going to volunteer next? Toastmaster Sanket?
Yep. Yep. Would love to.
All right. So, Toastmaster Sanket, please choose a number between 1 to 10, but just skip out 4, 7, and 2.
I would request you to pick it for me.
Okay, so I'll just give me a second. I'll
Yeah,
choose
whichever number suits.
a good question.
I'm audible and audible, right, guys? Just
Yes,
because
yes.
earlier there was an issue.
Yeah. So I'll give you the question number 9. Talk about a historical figure or a public figure who faced a major setback but managed to turn it around. What can we learn from their experience? Toastmaster Sanket.
Oh my God,
Toastmaster
history.
Sanket.
Sorry.
Talk about a historical figure or a public figure who faced a major setback but managed to turn it around. What can we learn from their experience?
Thank you very much for this amazing topic. And I'm glad I got this because I'm a history buff, and history is replete with examples of so many people who have just made a comeback, have researched and changed the course of history. I wish Shreyansh was here. I really wish Shreyansh was on this call, because one of the people who have made a significant impact on the technology in the world is Steve Jobs. Any iPhone users out here would attest to that fact. He was kicked out of his own company, left to languish. He was the brains behind the whole product, but out in the cold. He comes back, takes over his company, and revolutionizes the whole way the world communicates. Prior to the Apple coming out with its iPhone, people thought no one can take away BlackBerry's market share. No one. But he came and he just did that. Another figure that I would really like to talk about is Chanakya. He was banished from his kingdom. He then, with Chandragupta Maurya, he came back and took away the kingdom, by sheer will. And that is one of the examples where you can always say that fortitude, planning, and a will can even bring back people from the ashes. It's like a phoenix rising from the ashes. They were down and out again, and we had Mitesh at the starting of the talk about the historic win India had. I don't think anyone on that day would have thought it will go in history as one of the best matches in the World Cup from that position that we came back. So these are the three figures that I would really like to talk about. Three events rather, not figures, that I would like to talk about that change the history and shows what resurgence is and how you can change fortunes. Thank you.
Lived up to the topic is what I would say. The way Toastmaster Sanket has given the examples. Um, I mean, the first two examples as well from history. Steve Jobs, we all know he a legend, we can say, in the tech pioneering. And again, his example from history and our very own about our Indian cricket team. Just one thing you missed is about Mr. Hardik Pandya as well. The way he has overcome.
So,
Uh, but
oh yes.
again, as Toastmaster
In fact,
Sanket,
Rishabh
you
Pant as well.
mentioned,
In fact, Rishabh Pant as well.
absolutely
He came from the brink of death. That's
true,
even a
true,
bigger story. I really missed that out.
absolutely, and that shows us, as you mentioned, how important willpower and grit is
Yeah.
for be it any profession, be it any particular situation. We have to get out and research out of it. Willpower is something which is at the core of it.
Correct.
All right. Thank you, Toastmaster Sanket. Next, I would like to invite our guest Priyank for taking up a table topic. Toastmaster guest Priyank.
Hi, Toastmaster Aditya.
Hi, Priyank. So please choose a number between 1 to 10. Skip out 2, 4, 7, and 9.
5.
5. Okay. So, how important are support systems in overcoming setbacks? And can you share an example of the same? So, guest Priyank. Guest Priyank, how important are support systems in overcoming setbacks? Can you share an example?
Um, I would again, like to go back to the last example that I provided, because that is a pretty recent one uh, that I can, recollect of setback to a bit of comeback. I mean, a bit of a relevant example. So again, the team lead that I had, who has trained me and who has guided me of how to get the things done. Probably he literally, there was no visibility as such on me as an employee in the company, and then gradually, probably in a span of few months, I got that I got that visibility, and it wouldn't have been without the support of my mentor, if I can say. And every time you feel demotivated, or uh, it would be really difficult. I don't know how many people can do that. Personally, if I'll talk about myself, then it is really difficult for me for, to get back from a dark phase, or dark in the sense, to get back, where you are not feeling bit motivated, and making yourself self motivated. So probably that is a difficult task for me as such. And whenever I went to my mentor to talk about that, and he was really supportive, and he told me, I mean, basically the things that I need to tell to myself, okay, you can do this, and you have that ability. Uh, the things that I am supposed to tell myself, he used to tell me, and then I used to get some kind of belief restored. And then again, I used to get to work, trying to make things proper. So I personally feel that the biggest support you should have is of yourself. I was watching The Last Dance on Netflix, based on Michael Jordan and Chicago Bulls, how they have never won a trophy, and then from 92 to 98, I believe they had six, and how Michael Jordan used to pump himself up, and along with him, his entire team. So, I mean, there are certain figures like I very avidly follow sports. So, Michael Jordan, maybe, and then Virat Kohli, how he has transformed the fitness in the entire Indian team. Novak Djokovic, like 37 years of age, still in the finals of Wimbledon. Uh, it can't happen without, if they have reached a height because they are probably the self motivator. But again, you need some kind of support system, and uh, that I believe, play a most important part in anyone's success. And rather than having anyone other support, I feel personally that you should have the ability to support yourself, and that's what I'm trying to do and trying to achieve. Thank you. Over to you, Toastmaster Aditya.
Thank you. Thank you, Priyank. I think you mentioned a very important point here that we can't always rely on some close people and our known ones to be there and support us during tough times. At time, because we know they are there, but at times to come out of a zone where we have been for a longer time, it needs sheer willpower and self-belief in yourself to come out of that particular phase. And in the end, because it's only us who can make that difference and no one else. Everyone else can just give us validation or just console us, but in the end we have to put in that work. Very well put and nicely supported by some brilliant examples of sports persons. I think that's something I look up to always when I am demotivated. Stories of a few sports persons, the sheer amount of hard work they put in to bring out results. So I think a very well first attempt at table topics, Priyank. Very well done. Kudos to you for that. And next, Toastmaster Misha. Toastmaster Misha, are you there?
Yes, hi.
Hello. So please choose a number between 1 to 10. Skip out 2, 5,
3,
7, and 9.
3.
3.
Yeah.
Okay. So can you share a story of how creative thinking helped you navigate a setback and achieve a positive outcome?
Yes.
Toastmaster Misha. Toastmaster Misha, discuss how your can you share a story of how creative thinking helped you achieve a setback and achieve a positive outcome?
Absolutely. Thank you so much, Toastmaster Aditya, for such a lovely question. I don't call myself creative, but I love to be creative. I kind of try to inculcate some creativity whenever I try to do something. And people say that I am creative, so I'll take it as a compliment, and I'll take it as a validation. So coming back, yes, being creative has really helped me in my life because the creative part of you actually bring out the person in you. Like we all have the professional and academically achieving person, but what makes you human is that creative and that artistic side of you. So I was going through a very bad phase in my life once, and the creativity which I started going like the creativity which I adapted was writing poems. So I started writing poems. I never thought that I will be writing a lot of poems and I'll be performing in open mics, which I do now. I had just started writing poems was a way for me to express my feelings for anybody or for the situation, for whatever I was thinking. So that creative thing actually helped me become a better person, helped me gain confidence, and it even developed my skills because since I started writing, I started reading more because I wanted to make my writing better. And when I started doing that, it contributed to a holistic development and a boost to my confidence and my self esteem. Because I have seen people who have achieved a lot in the professional life, but still they don't feel, they don't feel fulfilled. And then when you resort to something artistic or some hobbies, it actually makes you feel good about yourself. So that is how things happened for me. and I actually became a better person. I actually started thinking about things in a different way, in a philosophical way, and it helped me build empathy as well. So yeah, so that's how the creative thinking or the creative spark in me helped me become a better person and helped me, come back. So that's my time. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Misha. As you mentioned, the daily struggle that we have for students, maybe it would be college academics, for working professionals, it's work. But after a certain point of time in life, and during the course of life, we got to have that one thing for ourselves that makes us just really focus and get our mind into and just rewire ourselves, and just come out with a very fresh energy to face the challenges again. And being creative is the best form of it. I personally feel that. So thank you, Toastmaster Misha. And I would also like to make you a request. If you have a poem written on some kind of comeback, we would like to hear it, of course, at the end of the meeting.
Yes, some kind of motivational poem so that
Yes,
a setback to come back
on public demand.
on something if you have made in previously.
Okay, I'll look for something. Sometimes I just write and I forget also. It may not be very good, but it is just an expression of my feelings. So I hope I'll just try to share something.
All right, all right. So with that, I think all members have given their shot at table topics. I'm the only one remaining, so anyone would like to come up and choose a number for me, since there are a number of topics, like even I
Yeah,
will
you
give a
can go
try.
number one. I think number one is not selected, right?
Number one, okay. Describe a time when you defied expectations by making a remarkable comeback after facing an adversity. Oh my God. I have to think hard on this topic. But again, since the timer might have started, uh, I wouldn't say I defied expectations. I defied my own expectations, is what I would say. I recently last year faced a neck or a spine issue, you can say, at a very in this age of 23. It was very depressing for me. And as the word is mentioned, adversity, I felt like I am in an adversity because my neck used to constantly pain, and I mean, even if I sat for a reading, I'm reading a book, we just bow our head down a bit. If I like lift my head up after like 10 minutes, my muscles used to be very, strained. And I was going through a very terrible phase. And somehow I got treated by a very good doctor and a physio. And ironically, I never took any medicines for that. It was just physiotherapy and swimming. And swimming is something, I mentioned it the last time we met, is something I went last in second standard, and I terribly fell ill, and I never went back to the pool. And at the age of 23, again, I learned swimming due to my neck issue, because that was something the physio ordered, that it will help you regain fitness. And at at the first instance and the first glance, it was like all these small kids in the pool were swimming amazingly, and I was here, holding my hand to the pool and doing that back kicks. I wasn't able to float. I was feeling very terrible at that time. But I mean, it took me a long 2 3 month, a lot of physiotherapy, a lot of swimming, to overcome out of that particular chronic pain and resurge fit again. I still face that issue a few times, but since I've overcome it once before, it's not a hassle or a adversity for me in the future. Yeah, that's my time. Thank you. So with that, we come to an end of the table topic for today. I hope the table topics were relatable and all of you found them interesting enough and gave your best shot. Thank you, everyone. Over to you, Toastmaster Mitesh.
Yeah, thank you, Toastmaster Aditya, for such a wonderful table topic session. Okay, moving ahead with the last session of our meeting, which is evaluation. We will come back to our theme and have a little final, conclude. We'll try to conclude our theme in a way that we go with some motivation. So, so of course, when we go through a phase of failures, when the lowest points of our life, uh, yeah, I will show the timer report at the end of the meeting when called upon by the general evaluator. So, yeah, you have qualified the time, by the way, Aditya. Okay. Huh. Okay. So when we go to the phase of failures, the lowest points, the one of the things that we need is the motivation, right? To move ahead. If we fail in something like I still remember when I failed multiple times in the subject, like in the maths. I was depressed. I was depressing. It was very depressing for me. That single digits used to move around my mind. Okay, and the sleepless nights that I used to experience falling sick just a night before the exam. And when the question paper used to come in front of me, so everything was revolving around my mind. Whenever I used to think about that subject, I had that fear. But gradually, of course, I conquered the fear, and I was emerged as a winner. So again, the motivation was the one of the factors that really helped me, to go through that lowest phase, because it can be we don't know how much till like till how much time it will going to be with us. We don't know when there will be a sunrise. So when we go to this dark phase, when we go to this lowest phase, we need some or the other kind of motivation mantra or some kind of encouragement, some kind of support. Of course, we do have our family, we do have our friends, we would have someone or else, but very internally we need to have some kind of motivation, right? So I would request everyone if they could share some kind of motivation mantra, they personally follow, like in their phase of low points, so that we can all encourage each other, and we can remember in the future if we go through any sort of phase of setbacks, so that we can remember this motivation mantra and we can always push us forward. Okay, so we like to come up first. Toastmaster Misha, we will give time to her to share her any of the poem, any motivational poem, so that that can help us in lowest phases. Till then, we can move ahead with other speakers. If anyone would like to share any motivational mantra that can help us to encourage in the phase of failures or in the lowest points. Okay. Any sort of positive affirmation or any kind of quote, or anything that you would like to share, something that motivates you, any personality or something. Toastmaster Aditya, yeah.
Yes. It is not something that motivates me. What I can tell you is the coping mechanism that I try to follow. I don't know if it's foolproof or not yet, but most of the time it works. Like 8 on 10 times, even that's a good number. So what I do is whenever I feel a bit demotivated, a little anxious, what I would suggest everyone to do is just get out of the four walls of your room. Just go out in the nature. Just go out for a run. If you have a cycle, go out for cycling. Put some good music in your ears, and I think that is perhaps most of us have done in the past. It's not something new that I am telling you, but at times the most basic things are the ones which actually work, and not something like a motivational speech or watching some motivational video. But again, like, as I mentioned, meditation, going for a run, listening to some motivational music, and it is also very important once you get that dopamine hit of motivation from doing all those activities, to actually put it into work. Because what's happening in our internet age now is it's very easy to get that kick of motivation, but it is equally or doubly difficult to actually carry it forward and put it into actual work. And that is something personally even I face, and I think most of us face, due to the advent of internet and all the social media platforms. So yes, that's my 2 cents on that particular topic. Thank you, Toastmaster Mitesh.
Yeah, thank you, Toastmaster Aditya. Of course, it was very basic, but it was very relatable. I can completely agree with it. I think listening to music is one of the ways I would motivate myself also for anything that I want to, to obviously to gather the focus on the work. It is important that obviously we use the free time in a more productive way. We can listen to music, we can go on a walk, and go in an open environment, so that it will definitely help us to uh, just deoccupy or detoxify the whatever the digital digital devices that we use. So of course, yes, these are the two things that I personally follow. This is listening to music and going on a walk. Okay, someone else would like to share something motivational that can help us to go through the lowest point.
Uh, I have this sentence. I don't know the exact quote,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
I think I kind of know. Like it says, it goes like, you are not the same person before the storm. The storm has changed you. So I think that works pretty well, because as I said, even with myself as well, I was quite oriented with the results. But then later you realize it's not the results that help you in the future, it's the process which you followed. So I think this is something which I resonate with. Yeah, that's what I have.
Yeah, absolutely, Neeraj. I think the circumstances, that the external factors that play a major role in changing our mindset also. Like we might be in our comfort zone, we might be have some sort of ideology, and we work accordingly. But of course, there are some external factors during the failure, during the lowest point, which gives us the reality check that this is not what you think, this is the reality, and you should try to accept it, or you should try to cope with it. So of course, con means dealing with the circumstances, and circumstances can definitely have a impact on you. Okay, who would like to go next? Something, if you could share.
I would like to try.
Yeah, Toastmaster Rishikesh.
So in my childhood, I was a avid fan of cricket, and especially my favorite player was like MS Dhoni, and the way he used to just turn around the matches. In one of his speeches, he had mentioned that don't focus on the outcome, follow the process, and something that helped me a lot also, and I also means see around, and also one of the speakers table topic in this question mentioned about it. So it's all about whenever we get a setback or something, our immediate reaction is to just uh, a revenge or sort or something, or immediate reaction as to just get out of it. But it's like just calming ourselves, setting up a plan for it, and executing it with in a realistic approach. The plan should also be realistic one, and trying to achieve the small milestones in a way that will help us to get to the main output result. And yeah, so the result is something like which in a planned approach, I can say. So that's one of the thing. Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Rishikesh. And yes, of course, as Neeraj also said, the process is really important. Just focusing on the results will not going to help you. You and again, it keeps you realize. It gives you the realization also that is it the goal that you have set for yourself, that the goal you are targeting is really resonate with you or not. Means you give that a realization. Okay, is it really something that I am following? Is it a real calling for me or not? Right, so it can be so that you can be also ready for some alternative or plan B in case if you are facing multiple failures in your particular plan A, and you think that okay, one time, second time, third time, but I think now it's a time to introspect and to think about something plan B. If these things are not working, so sometimes you have to be little analytical also. Okay, if not plan A, then can there be a plan B also? So because of course, as I said also, there are limitations in the attempts also. We will not get the uncountable chances every time. So we need to figure out accordingly. Okay, so who could go next? Toastmaster Sanket, do you have anything motivational to talk about if we have to come out of the lowest space?
Okay. Uh, So I agree with everyone who have just spoken before me that it's a process, and motivation does fade, like Aditya said, and it's so does there's a saying something that goes like motivation and bath doesn't stay the whole in always, so you have to do it repeatedly. For me, and motivation, in my opinion, is not a one size fits all approach. To each its own. What motivates me may demotivate you or may repulse someone else. The way I look at it, the way I follow is I have a good memory. So whenever I have a setback, I think about the past and see how I got through it. Second is I celebrate when I get out of it. I have to tell myself, my conscious mind and my subconscious mind, that I have overcome this. And I've seen a childhood which was uh, we had to manage with bare minimums. So one of my motivation is I never want to go back there. So I keep that in mind and look for strategies, connect with people, look for ideas, how to move ahead in life. So if you have got to a certain point in life where you have overcome challenges, believe in yourself that you can even go ahead in life with even bigger challenges. That's how I motivate myself.
Yeah, absolutely amazing.
Thank you.
Yes, definitely. To have that historical view in your mind that once you have faced certain challenges, you should be that, okay, yes, if I've done this, then I could be do something better also. And of course, if we have come out of that lowest phase, you should also remember that I wouldn't go back to that place. Whatever made the mistakes, I won't repeat it. So that is also, yeah, that is completely true. If we make the mistakes, we should always try not to repeat it, and then only there could be a lesser chances of another failure. Okay, so who would like? Okay, Toastmaster Misha, is there any thing that you would like to share? Okay, beside the poem, if something that you think about coming out of the lowest phase, or how did you keep you with your confidence during the lowest phase?
Okay, so I'll be very honest. I'm a very emotional kind of a person. So for me, there are certain people who are extremely important in my life. So when I think of success, or when I think of achieving my goals, I always picture them, because I want to make sure, because if I see that I want to achieve something, I want to achieve that to make sure that they are happy when I achieve it, they are comfortable, and they are proud, because my whole motto in life is to make sure that my mother and my sister and my family is proud of me, and I am able to contribute in a way that they can depend on me, they can rely on me, and I can provide them with every happiness possible. People say money can't buy happiness. I'm beg to disagree. Money can buy every kind of happiness in the world, and if I am able enough, I can provide them with the money. I can work hard. I'll earn that money. I can provide them everything that is possible, which I feel is possible. Everything is possible with money. So my motivation is my family, my mother and my sister. When I look at them, I just want to make sure that I am worthy enough and I am strong enough to support them, to make sure that I am there for them and I'm able to contribute in everything that they want. So they are my motivation, is what I think.
Yeah, wonderfully explained. I think the family and the parents that specifically for me also, I think my parents have supported educated me. So of course, we have certain kind of a responsibility towards them. We have certain kind of connection with them. So of course, they are the biggest motivation for us. And always my parents motivated me whenever I had faced my lowest point. So of course, I have that strong emotional connect with them, of course. So who would like to go next? I think guest Priyank could share something if on this. So how can
Hi,
we just sustain our confidence? Hi, Priyank. Yeah.
hi, Toastmaster Mitesh. So what I personally feel is like what I do is try to focus on what I'm talking to myself when things are not going my way, because whatever I have tried to understand about myself is by I don't know, it is probably by default that I get into that negative zone and I keep on beating myself up, or I keep on focusing on the thing that is not happening according to me. So at that particular, it is really, I mean, I try to try this with very limited success, but I still have a belief that it may help me in some or the other way if I am beating myself up, and if I am aware of that thought of myself, that what I'm doing to myself, what I'm talking to myself. And instead of doing that, whenever I realize, hey, I'm not I'm not having a positive conversation with myself, so instead of that, if I'm lifting myself up, probably that thought, may get translated into action, and probably that action may give me one good day. Probably I may be able to win that particular day or conquer that day. And then if I'll be able to do this continuously, we don't know the final result, but at least, what is my control, in my control is that particular moment. And if I'll be able to actively manage my thoughts, actively be aware of what I'm doing, what I'm talking to myself, to me it seems like, I am really distracted person, so that's why I said with very limited success. But yeah, I still have belief and faith in that process, and I feel if I ever get that focused that I can monitor my thoughts, then probably I'll be able to manage any setbacks. I'll be able to come out of everything. Yeah, that is what I believe, and I try to do when I feel like, okay, things are going downhill for me.
Yeah, thank you, Priyank, for sharing your thoughts. And yes, it is of course like doing some self-talk or self-introspection. It can help you to understand your strengths and weaknesses and where the things are going wrong. And of course, you can manage if you organize your thoughts well. If you try to do something in a more optimistic, like try to change your outlook into a more optimistic way, it will definitely change your way of work action also. So yes, it's true. Doing some self talk, but in a very positive way, like thinking that yes, if there's are my strengths, what are my weaknesses, and where I can work, what are and starting little systematically, the things could work accordingly, and we can able to come out of the setback, and then we can try to make a comeback. Okay,
That
so
that
lastly,
that quote would fit in perfectly. You are your biggest cheerleader.
yeah,
No one else could be that big of a cheerleader. We should always, like, in any situation, even that is something I follow. Sorry to interrupt, Mr.
no,
Mitesh.
no issues, no issues.
Just be it any situation, even though you're not doing well, you're not doing anything. That is something what I tell myself at the back of my mind is not to be overconfident, but just to be in a positive frame of mind. Keen, I can do it. If uh,
Yeah,
just you have to maintain that thin line of not being overconfident, that without putting efforts it will happen, but just to keep your mind in a positive frame of uh, environment, that oh no, I can do it. Have that mad self belief. All entrepreneurs or the tech pioneers in, or pioneers in any sector or domain, we can say, Toastmaster Sanket mentioned, Steve Jobs, those legends and greatest of all time had just mad self belief. It was nothing more or less. It was just that mad self belief and sheer willpower. Yes.
Yeah, it's better to
Oh,
err on the side of overconfidence than being on the negative side.
yeah,
It's a vortex, it's a downward spiral. The moment you go into negative thoughts, it's only downside there.
yeah, that's true. So of course, self-confidence plays ultimately self-confidence plays a major role apart from the support system, apart from the any motivational mantra that we follow. This is or any sort of activities to motivate us. I think self-confidence is where the things can change, where the tables can turn, and of course, to keep the self-confidence, we need to do a little of self-confidence to convince our inner self that yes, we can do it. Okay. So ultimately, our president Toastmaster Tariq, if he could share something motivation about uh, dealing with the failures or dealing with the lowest points. Okay, is it there?
You may be speaking on mute, Tariq.
Am I audible now?
Yeah, you're audible
Yes,
now,
yes.
Toastmaster Tariq. Yes.
Okay. I just wanted to, I agree with all the points that everybody of us has mentioned, right? And this is coming out of life experiences. So there's nothing that we are creating stories over here. One thing that I would like to add upon is never give up and always think positively. I think Toastmaster Misha also mentioned about thinking positively and ensuring that the success that you get and the fame that we will get, right? Or the fame that it lasts till is actually having connected to it could be colleagues, parents, relatives, siblings. Your success is not just your success. Your success is also the success of all of the people in your life who have helped you in some or the other way. It could be a negative. Then at the same time, they have impacted you, uh, uh, or they have made you a lesson to be learned. Right? That is also one of the ingredients which without which you will not be able to taste the success that you are doing right now. So until the fame lasts, enjoy, appreciate, and show gratitude to everyone who is connected to you. Over to you.
Okay, thank you, Toastmaster Tariq. Yes, of course, we should be very grateful to the people who support us, the people who motivate us, and who are quite inspirational to us. So we should always be very grateful to them. And of course, so after gathering all these thoughts from everyone, I think we should move to our last but not the least session, which is general evaluation. So I would love to call Toastmaster Misha to start with the session. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Mitesh. Taking the role of a GE or the general evaluator improves your active listening, your critical thinking, and your and giving away positive feedback skills. Evaluation is the heart of the Toastmasters educational program. You observe the speeches and the whole meeting in general and the tag roles of your fellow club members, and you offer evaluations of their efforts, and they do the same for you. And that's how we all grow together in this positive environment of Toastmasters. Good afternoon, everyone. I am Toastmaster Misha D'Souza, and I'll be your general evaluator for today. The general evaluation section is divided into three sections, subsections to be honest, which is speech evaluation, tag team report, and the general evaluation. Since we did not have a prepared speech today, so we will skip the speech evaluation and will now directly go to the tag team report. For that, I would first like to invite our timer for today, Toastmaster Mitesh, to share the timing report. Over to you, Toastmaster Mitesh.
Yeah, thank you, Toastmaster Misha. Okay, so as a timer, I was little fumbling, but sorry. But yes, I have recorded the time properly. So at a technical level, I have worked I've done my job. So I will share my screen. I will share the Excel report. Well, I've recorded the timing. Okay, is it visible? Yeah. Okay, everyone has qualified the table topics except the guest Priyank. But here it's my mistake also. I would like to accept it that I haven't shared my timing guidelines properly. So it was 2 minutes 30 seconds was the timing limit maximum. But guest Priyank took 3 minutes 34 seconds. Nonetheless, it's an impromptu speaking, so anyone can have their own thoughts to share. So everyone has qualified. All the speakers have qualified the timing. So congratulations, everyone. Yeah. Misha,
you
I
may be
think you
speaking on mute.
are muted.
Sorry and thank you. Okay, so thank you so much, Toastmaster Mitesh, for the timing report. Now, I would like to invite Toastmaster Neeraj, our counter for today, for the our counter report. Over to you, Toastmaster Neeraj.
Thank you, Toastmaster Misha. I'll just share the screen, just a moment. It says the screen sharing has been disabled. So is there anything I can do on my side?
Maybe you can make him the co-host.
Yeah, now I can, I'm able to share the screen. Just a moment. Yeah. I hope the screen is visible, right? Yeah. Beginning with the R counter report. So our president, Toastmaster Tariq, did not use any filler words. Our Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Mitesh, used more than 5 filler sounds. This is understandable since I suppose Toastmaster of the day involves a lot of impromptu speaking. So uh, I suppose this is understandable. And for our Toastmaster, table topics master, Toastmaster Aditya spoke 5 plus filler sounds, and he used one filler phrase, which was and similar to Toastmaster of the day, table topics master also involves a lot of impromptu speaking. So that might be the reason which has caused the filler sounds. And moving on to table topic speakers, Toastmaster Neeraj, that is myself. I used filler sounds for over 5 times. I was only aware of this. I was not aware of other crutch sounds or filler phrases that I used while I was speaking. So apologies if I missed anything. And our table topic speaker, Toastmaster Tariq, used 3 filler sounds. Toastmaster Rishikesh used 2 filler sounds and 2 crutch words. And the crutch words were so. And moving on to next speaker, Toastmaster Sanket was flawless. He did not use any filler sounds or filler phrases or anything as such. And guest Priyank used 4 filler sounds and 1 crutch word and 1 filler phrase. So he used twice and so once. And Toastmaster Misha used filler sounds 4 times and crutch words once, and the crutch word was Toastmaster Aditya used filler sound once and filler phrases once, and which was And as a timer, I could not identify any crutch sounds or filler sounds used by Toastmaster Mitesh. And grammarian Toastmaster Rishikesh used filler sounds thrice. So yeah, that's our counter report for today. Over to you, Toastmaster Misha.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Neeraj, for that comprehensive counter report. And now I would like to call upon the grammarian for today, Toastmaster Rishikesh, for the grammarian report. Over to you, Toastmaster Rishikesh.
Thank you, Toastmaster General Director Misha. So for the word of the day was resurgence. It was used by Toastmaster Neeraj, Aditya, and Sanketala in their table topics session. The idiom of the day, rising from the ashes, was used by Toastmaster Rishikesh and Sanketala. Some of the good usage of the English language could be the following words like getting back from the dark place by Gesh Priya, then inculcating creativity, holistic development by Toastmaster Misha, by reviving ourselves or at a first glance by Toastmaster Aditya, detoxifying from the digital world by Toastmaster Mitesh, and one size fits all by Toastmaster Sanket. So this was my report as a Brandon. Over to you, General Director Mission.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Rishikesh, for the grammarian report. So now we move on to the general evaluation of the complete meeting. First of all, apologies for joining in late, but thank you so much for your patience and understanding. To begin with, when I joined, Toastmaster Mitesh was interacting with everyone, and I want to thank Toastmaster Mitesh. I will not be evaluating the PO since I was not present there. So I'll start with the Toastmaster of the day. So Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Mitesh did a fantabulous job. I completely love the theme. And I think we all should actually give him a round of applause for a brilliant theme, the kind of theme you have come up with, and uh, you took it forward in a very nice way. You made us all think about it, talk about it, and reflect upon it. So it was a very beautiful theme. The kind of efforts you take in designing the backgrounds and sharing it well in advance for everyone to join and use it during the meeting really calls is really a great effort you take, and I would really like to congratulate you on that effort. I thoroughly enjoyed the theme and the way you interacted with everyone. You asked a lot of thought-provoking questions. The questions everyone related to and talked about was really great. I applaud your I applaud your efforts and appreciate all the all the creativity you have put in to make sure that this meeting is a successful one. So great job, Toastmaster of the day, Mitesh. And one more thing, since you were multi-hatting, you were the timer as well. So I really want to applaud the efforts you are taking. The multi-hatting actually takes a lot of effort. It actually affects your bandwidth as well because you have to take two roles. You have to make sure everything is in place, and the timer is an important role to take because you have to make sure that the timing is maintained. So you did that job fantastically. Although it is imperative that you keep sharing the timing guidelines for each section, so it becomes easier for all of us to be in touch with the timer and to understand how much time is required for every section. So, before the table topic starts, it is imperative that you share the timing guidelines for the table topic section, and do not share everything at once because it is difficult for everyone to understand and grab. So, it's always preferable that you go section wise. And it is important that everybody who is a part of any section, like if Toastmaster Aditya is a part of the is the table topic master, so it's necessary for him to invite you to give the table topic timing guidelines. So that's how we go about it. So yeah, but you did a great job, and double congratulations for being the multi-hatter player today. So multi-hatting a role really takes a lot of efforts, and you have done a seamless job, lot of seamless transition. So congratulations. Moving on, the R counter. I loved the script. Toastmaster Neeraj actually took my feedback and created a whole script of an R counter. So congratulations. I loved your script in particular. You made sure you reflect or you throw light on the importance of an R counter, what an R counter does, how is it important in a Toastmasters meeting, and how does it affect speaking in a Toastmasters environment. So you did a great job. You shared the reports properly. One feedback which I feel not for you but for everyone, rather than sharing these crutch words and or filler words separately, we can just categorize into three. That is the rising stars, the shining stars, and the superstars. So those who have used any crutch words or filler words or ahs and ums for more than 5 times can be the rising stars. For 5 to 3 or 4 times or less than 5 times can be the shining stars, and those who have not used the filler words like Toastmaster Sanket can be the superstar. So that's how you grade these stars, and it brings a kind of creativity and a lot more panache to your report, is what I feel. But you did a great job. I would reiterate, I loved your script. It is always nice to add personal touch to your scripts. So great job. Now coming to Toastmaster Rishikesh, who's the grammarian for today. I love the word. I'm sorry I did not use it though, but I love the word because it was very much in sync with the theme of the meeting from setback to comeback. So I appreciate that you took the effort to find out a word which is in sync with the theme of the meeting, and you shared it, and you shared the grammarian guidelines very properly. So kudos to that. You are very new to role playing, but I can see you take a lot of efforts to make sure you put in all your efforts to make sure that you play your role properly. So kudos to that. Uh, One thing which I would like to say is you just share the word of the day. It is always preferable that you share the word of the day, the meaning of it, if possible, the phonetics, and then its usage. So if it's there in the chat box, people will keep referring to it. And if they have a reference sentence, then they will understand. It will be clearer for them to use it in a proper context. So just sharing the word of the day is not enough, or it's not sufficient. It is necessary to share the whole usage, the meanings. If you want, you can go for synonyms also or antonyms also. So it gives a clearer picture, because a grammarian is a very important role. We uh, we know if you do not speak, if you do not use proper grammar in your speech, the whole context of the sentence changes actually. So it is necessary that the grammarian makes sure that the word is used properly in the proper context. But you did a great job. You have been taking roles in meetings, and I appreciate that you're taking the role. You have been improving with every meeting, and trust me, I am looking at it. So many congratulations to you, Toastmaster Rishikesh. I loved the idiom of the day because we all are phoenixes. Okay, we all are phoenix. We have risen from the ashes in some or the other point of life. So it was a great idiom. It all made us think about it, and I'm pretty sure we'll use it at some point of our speech someday. But thank you so much for sharing it, and you made sure that it is in sync with the theme. So very huge congratulations and kudos to all the efforts you have put in your tag team role. I look forward to many more roles since you're a new person, but you have done a fantastic job. So please pat yourself on the back, and please keep taking roles. Moving on, table topic, Master Aditya. It was a fabulous session. The questions prepared by you were terrific. You made sure you tried to cover everything when it comes to setback and comeback. You do not just stick to one theme, or you do not just stick to one part of that theme and keep drafting questions. You try to bring in a holistic approach to your questions when you take the theme into consideration. It is a great theme, but drafting questions that too which are different from each other, and they are multiple questions, is not an easy job. But you made it seem very easy. So kudos to you, because it's not an easy job. Trust me. Everything takes effort, time, and a lot of contemplation. And you have done a great job. You are very creative. We all know about it. And your table topic questions show how creative you are. So, congratulations on being a fantastic table topic master for today's meeting. I thoroughly enjoyed the questions, and I love to listen to everybody's stories of resurgence. So it was a beautiful session, lot of thought provoking things happening, and to be honest, I'm so motivated to write a particular poem based on setback and comeback. So I hope I'll come up with something. But yes, I do have a small poem which I'll share later. And then coming back, actually, this is the whole setup today, which we had in the meeting. And I enjoyed the meeting. Sadly, we did not have a prepared speech. It is always, see, Toastmasters curriculum is actually for prepared speeches. These are a part of it. The prepared speech and the evaluation are the basis. So it's imperative that we have a prepared speech. But even if we did not have, Toastmaster of the day, Mitesh, made sure that the whole meeting is uh, goes in a good format. Everything is covered, and he did a great job. Please, everybody, we should all applaud Toastmaster Mitesh for all the efforts he has taken. And please clap for yourself, because you have taken that effort to join on Sunday, because it's not easy, especially when it's raining outside. You want to laze around, but coming and being a part of the meeting and participating actually takes a lot of effort, and it shows your dedication. So I applaud all of you for taking that effort, because that is one step closer for your own development and your growth. So congratulations to all of you. I thoroughly enjoyed the meeting. I wish everybody would have joined, because this would have been a great meeting for everyone to actually witness and be a part of. Uh, Mitesh, I would actually request you to take this theme again a few months later, so that everybody becomes a part of it. It's a beautiful theme, and maybe when people are into that mood, it is easier for them to think, and everybody likes to share stories of, because they are the main characters of their own stories. So everybody likes to see those or talk about instances where they have been heroes. So beautiful team, great job. I thoroughly enjoyed. And then there's not much feedback to give, because everybody played their role brilliantly. So now I would like to just end the evaluation with a poem which everybody wanted. So this is actually, I feel, what really gives us motivation is hope. Once we have hope, we have that motivation. So this is a poem I had written long back. So it is the title of the poem is Let's Hope. So this is how it goes. Is it too late to start living? Is it too late to start giving? Look at the world. There is sadness and destruction. And we ourselves are responsible for causing all the tension. There is poverty, illness, pollution, and corruption. And our careless and inconsiderate attitude is stopping us from finding a solution. When did we become so cruel? How did we let others become so brutal? We have destroyed everything and are blaming each other for it. And if we continue doing this, we will be paying with our lives for it. We have brought this time upon ourselves because we have been negligent. But there is still hope if we start becoming diligent. This is the time for us to think, reflect, and act. Gone are the days when we just used to ignore everything and not react. God has been giving us chances to fix the wrong that we have done. And we just have to grab this chance and use it well, as we have life only one. We have to understand that this is every human's duty, as God has made humans superior to take care of this world filled with beauty. Let's hope. Let's hope for a better world. But to make the world better, we have to be the best. We just have to do what is right and leave to God the rest. Hope comes from love, and love comes from empathy. We have to bring out the human in us and start showing some sympathy. But let's not just sit and hope that there happens a miracle. We have to get up and fight and face all the obstacles. It is time for us to forgive each other and join hands in unity. This unity will bring about changes and create happiness infinity. Thank you. So with that, I come to the end of the general evaluation section. And now I would like to hand over the stage to the Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Mitesh. Over to you, Toastmaster Mitesh.
Okay, thank you, Toastmaster Misha, for the comprehensive and detailed evaluation and a very wonderful, a very uh, phenomenal poem. I think, had you created it spontaneously, or it was there with you?
Oh, no, no, there is no spontaneity.
Acha,
I
like,
had written it
no,
some time
yeah,
back,
yeah, okay,
but
okay.
sadly, it is relevant all the time. No matter how many time,
Okay.
what time you write, it is relevant all the time. So I just find it very relatable and relevant at this point of what we are in this world.
Of course, poems are the form of art, and art is always timeless. So, moving ahead, to conclude my theme of setback to comeback. Of course, throughout the meeting, we discussed about a lot of times. We discussed about the failures, we discussed about the successes, and between the lines. like how the learning is important, to come out of the failure and to achieve the goal. Also, we discussed about the plan B, when the time you have to realize that this is not something your real calling, and look for some alternatives. We also found that to believe in process is more important to only believe in results and outcomes. So that was also one of the takeaways we can take from this meeting. And concluding with, I would like to hand over the stage to the presiding officer for today's meeting, Toastmaster Tariq, and also do vote for the polls in the chat box Toastmaster Aditya has posted for the best role players in the meeting overall. Okay. And also, I would like to correct Toastmaster Misha regarding the virtual background. Actually, I have not created the virtual background. The Vice President Public Relation of the club has created the virtual background. I just reshared it in the group. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you so much, Aditya. Great job. And please keep up the work. You are doing a fantastic job as a VPPR. We have gotten a lot of engagement on our Toastmasters handle as well as the Toastmasters Facebook page. So please keep going. You are an asset to our club and a great addition to the XCOM. We see a potential future leader. So thank you so much for doing this for our club.
So, Toastmaster Tariq, if you like to have the closing remarks for the meeting.
Sure. Am I audible now?
Yeah, you're audible.
Thank you. My video, I'm just trying to. Okay. Thank you everyone for joining the meeting on a rainy day. As I mentioned, like we all tempted to go out and drench in rain. I'm sure the climate is such, and this is the rare climate that we get in Mumbai. Maybe it will last 2 months of monsoon and a month and a half of winter, which we call it as a winter, which is not a winter. If you go to anywhere in northeast side, our winter is their summer, right? So that's how the climate in Mumbai is. So I would call upon our guest, Priyank, to share his experience and give us your feedback as well. Over to you, Priyank.
Thank you, Toastmaster Tariq. I personally have really enjoyed the session. It was really interactive, and I got to know a lot of things. I got to know a lot of perspective from diverse background, and I hope to incorporate that within me. And I can sense that there is a lot of scope over here for personal improvement and personal development in itself. So I am glad that I have joined. I should have done this before, but sooner than later, I have joined it today, and I hope to continue it. The only thing I wanted to add or ask is if there is any suggestion that can be done. Like we will be meeting once in a week, right? So if there is anything that I can do voluntarily by
So,
myself in
uh,
those 6 days.
Priyank, this is so what you can do, right? You can first join the meetings, okay, as a Toastmaster. And when you start taking up the roles, when you start giving up the speeches, when you start observing others, their communication style, their leadership style, you would probably learn a little bit more than what you would learn by reading or searching the articles or seeing the YouTube videos, right? Because practice will surpass all of the other preparation that you may want to do, right? So use Toastmasters meeting as your practice background by joining Toastmaster as a Toastmaster.
Sure, thank you. Yeah, that was my follow-up question, and thank you for answering that. Sure, I will. I don't know the process yet. I
Yeah,
mean, what to do. So
yeah.
I'll
So
talk to Raviraj if possible.
yeah,
Then
VP Education from our club will reach out to you for the membership details, and then you can reach out to him as well for any questions that you may have about Toastmasters.
thank you, thank you,
Thank you, Priyank.
Toastmaster Tariq.
All right, overall, great meeting, and I will call this as an end of the meeting. Over to you, Toastmaster of the day. Nitesh.
Okay. Thank you, Toastmaster Tariq. Okay. So, if we can release the poll results, Toastmaster Aditya. Yeah.
I just one thing. Is anyone left?
I'm
for
left.
vote?
Just give me one more minute.
It
Yeah,
it is
yeah.
in the chat box. So you can just vote for any best role player, best speakers, and everything.
Yes,
And please wait till last. Toastmaster Aditya, will you take the screenshot?
yes. I'll take it.
So please do keep your videos on the screenshot. Yeah.
Okay, I'm done. Toastmaster Aditya, you can go ahead.
Okay. So now I'll share the poll results. And it is a very good way that I like in Toastmasters is how we appreciate all the speakers who have done well, all the evaluators who have done well, and all the multi-hatted role bearers that have done well, all of them towards the end of the meeting. A good way to give a show appreciation that acts as a motivation for them to come back in the next meeting with much more zeal. So I'll be sharing the poll results for today's meeting. So for the best of big three, we had a TMOD Mitesh, Toastmaster, Table Topics Master Aditya, and General Evaluator Misha. And Toastmaster Mitesh has got the most number of votes and rightfully the winner of the Best of Big Three award.
So much, everyone. Yeah.
Now coming on to the table topics. So for table topics, it changed at the last minute now. It was three people going at an equal number of votes. And with that, I would like to announce Toastmaster Tariq has won the Table Topics Master Award for today's meeting. Well done, Toastmaster Tariq. And since we didn't have any prepared speeches and their evaluations, we won't have polls for those. So now here comes the last one. That is the poll for the tag team. And we all know how important the tag team is for the functioning of a Toastmasters meeting. And for today, the best tag role player award has been awarded to Toastmaster Neeraj for donning the hat of the R counter. Congratulations, Toastmaster Neeraj. So with that, we come to the end of the poll results as well. So over to you, Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Mitesh.
Yeah, thank you, Toastmaster Aditya. So thank you so much, everyone, for joining the meeting and making it engaging. Everybody participating, sharing their thoughts, and we had a very insightful discussion on these themes. So of course, Toastmasters provides you a free space. A kind of environment where you collaborate with each other and you share thoughts. You have an insightful discussion on different things, and you learn, you grow, you practice. As I also posted on the comment section, practice makes perfect, and which is very true. Even when I was I was weak in maths, but practice made me perfect into it, to try to overcome the fear. And similarly in the public speaking also, if we won't practice, if we won't take up the stage frequently, the things might not work for us. So if we want to make a comeback as a strong public speaker, we need to practice, and that would help us to enjoy the process also, experience the process also, and learn the process also. So I thank you so much, everyone. With that, I call an end for the meeting, but please do wait for a meeting screenshot. Toastmaster please take the screenshot. Yeah.
Just a moment.
Priyank, please, if you can switch on the video for
Yes.
screenshot. Yeah, actually, we were not able to see your video, but anyway, because it's a virtual meeting, we can understand if there could be technical issues. But
I'm just trying to on my video.
actually, it is a black screen on your window.
uh,
Maybe we can turn it on and off again. Might be a glitch or something.
not finding the option. I'm sorry.
Yeah, okay, no issues. We can go ahead with the screenshot.
No, no problem. Just yeah.
Yeah.
So 1, 2, and 3. One more. So we can do one thing. We can have like a similar emoji or a similar action, something like that. Everyone is doing it differently here.
So what should we do? Like thumbs up or
Thumbs
Like
up
this.
is thumbs up is better, I think.
so
Like
with
this.
hand? Is my hand?
Yes.
Yeah.
Both the hands should be visible.
I have to click with one hand.
Okay, for you it is fine. I mean, we are exempting you.
One last one again.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster. Okay,
Wait.
so
Are wait. Okay, done. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you. Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Thank you.
Happy
Bye-bye.
weekend.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank
Have
you,
a great
everyone.
week
Enjoy
ahead.
a
Happy weekend.
rainy Sunday.
thank you, everyone. I call the
Thank
thank
you,
you,
everyone. Thank you.
thank you. Yeah.
Thank you.
Bye bye.
Bye-bye.